In the old times, people say that a person has to first purify himself, practicing all the principles himself, and then he can take care of his family correctly. And then, if he wants, he can go into the government system and manage his country. And then he can even pacify the world. Yes, if every country has a government that is pure and clean and straightforward and truly working for the people, who even paid them, the people pay the government through their taxes. If all the countries' governments are clean and pure, then of course each country will contribute peace to the world. So just by talking about being pure and clean and harassing the poor citizens will not make your country or your union or your group of countries any better, because you yourself are not a good shining example. The laws just make people feel revolted against the government. If those laws are not abided by the governments themselves. I'm just giving an example. Even many countries have laws to protect the animals. They say cannot harass the animals, cannot abuse animals of any kind, cannot make the animals uncomfortable, and all that. But they still allow the slaughterhouses to kill, to molest, to murder the animals, and to harass them every day during their time in their cages. Yeah. What for they make these laws? Nobody abides by them, huh? Just to waste money, put some judges, some lawmakers on the bench and, looking good and looking mighty and... my God, I don't want to think about it. That makes me really feel not well. That would make me feel very frustrated and disappointed. Of course, I'm risking my safety talking like this, but you can't just not talk about it, because governments they just harass people, blame people, but they themselves don't look at how people live their lives, how people have to deal with hardship. And sometimes they cannot even find jobs, so they have to go steal and rob and do things like that. And then if people are so depressed, they don't have much interest in the governments or in their country or in the life they live in, then they would be deluded into taking drugs and alcohol and all that and make themselves ill and sick. And then the tax money will have to go for the hospital to cure them, if that person can be cured even. On top of that, it's not just the government's problem, it's a religious problem, because the religions just talk about theory, but the followers do not practice the theory. Just like if you just keep reading medical books, but you never really practice it, then you could never become a doctor. Experience makes a master. That's what we say. Yeah, but we don't do it. We don't learn much. And then life is so difficult. Everything makes it so difficult. You have to pay so much tax. You have to work so hard. You have just very little enough to eat. There's 99% of the people in the world in this situation. Or half of it may be a little better off than the lower half. But the lower half is a lot already. People live in poverty, worry from one meal to the next, from one bill to the next payment. And to live in this world in order just to survive, it seems like a big hardship. And many governments don't care about how people live. And if they don't pay tax, then they just punish them or try anyway to get their property, even if the family, including children, have to go on the street, living in the cold, in the tent or anything at all. Not many governments would care. Instead, they'd even use the money to go kill other citizens of other countries. And then many other countries have to pour also tax money in to support the victim countries, and so on and so forth, forever. You could never tell how crazy this race of humans is, truly. God blesses us so much with new inventions, with more comfortable lives all the time, day by day, getting better and better. But no, some governments don't even care about already enjoying that. In luxury they live, and they don't care. They have to pour all the tax money, which people earn with blood and tears, pour it into the war to kill other, also poor people who try to survive with their sweat and tears. If it's not crazy and evil, then what is it? Huh? It's not only that, there are also people who have nothing better to do than go into priesthood and monkhood and just talk nonsense. Not just a harmless nonsense, but leading people astray, deluding people just to earn a lot of money and live in luxury, live in houses worth millions and millions of dollars, having private jets and all that stuff, having everything they want, just by selling the Bible or selling the sutras. If they even just do that, they even lead people astray by interpreting wrongly the sutras. Yeah. And even slandering their own original masters like Lord Jesus. Yeah, mocking God and all that, and mocking Buddha, as if the Buddha was telling lies about Amitabha's Pure Land. Buddha telling lies about hell. Yeah. Such monks, such priests, where do they come from? What school they learned from? Nothing. They must have come from hell. Of course, you can see they're working for Maya, huh? Some days ago, I was sitting there after some work, taking a break, because I work a lot. I work too hard, yeah, for my little body. But I don't mind that. It's just that I was sitting and thinking how poor. I worry so much about people who have been misled or will be misled by fake Maya workers, like the Pope, like the priests who molest children, and like Trăng Tâm or Rumachi, who even molested a kid, and like some monks, who mislead people into believing that Buddha doesn't exist, or that Sakyamuni Buddha told lies about the Pure Land, about Kristigaba Bodhisattva, etc. I worry so much. I feel so sorry. So I asked God, please, is there anything we can do? Otherwise, many people will fall. And God told me, don't worry about people. I said, okay, there's too many, I can't worry, but about like Ruma. He used my name to delude people. And he's from hell, and then he will take people to hell. I feel so sorry. And they will be all deluded by Maya in this lifetime, by demons. So God said, don't worry about them. I was surprised. I said, but why not? So he said that the people who follow such a false teachers like Trăng Tâm, or his name is Ruma, they are from Maya already. I was surprised. I said, okay, maybe, birds of the same feather flock together. But how about some of my so-called God's disciples, or at least several of them are still following him or believing him? He said, secretly, these are the believers of Maya. They follow Maya anyway. It's the first time God has ever led me into knowing this. I have never thought like that before. I was always feeling sorry for people and worry sick about who they believed in, that they will damage their soul and that they will have to go to hell by following the wrong way, wrong path. That day, God let me see the truth is like that. So I stopped worrying now. I thank God for that. And if any of you worry, then you don't have to, okay? Whatever. But I still cannot feel peaceful. Sometimes I accidentally see like Ruma's advertisements on YouTube, for example. I just feel I want to be, I feel sick. Such a, God, better don't talk about it. I just feel so sick. Such an ugly garbage like that could live off people and make himself look important. Oh my God. Okay, we better not talk about it. But I felt better after God told me that the people who believed in him or work for him, work with him, or to help him in any way, they are secretly Maya's believers, even if they are my so-called God's disciples and work initiated by me. Yeah, that makes sense because some people came in just to spy on my group also. That I have found out quite a few. Yeah. And some come in just for any other reason. Not for noble reasons, like not wanting to know God or anything. Just too many things. And it's too ugly for me to mention all that.